I would have to say the baobab tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say the living thing that I find I have a closest affinity to, or I feel the most like, is a baobab tree for sure. I feel like it's the way it's the branches are very similar to what is above ground is similar to what is below ground. I feel like that's a lot of how I am. And it's also like a thick trunk and like strong. It's very hard to take down a baobab. But the insides are very you couldn't make furniture from a baobab tree wood. It's too soft on the inside. It's this like strong looking tree on the outside and like almost on the inside. That's such a hard question because I have so many. But I will have to go with one of the more recent ones. Um, I had just been up to this place called the Amani Nature Reserve. It's on the western part of the Usambara mountain here in Tanzania. It's about an hour and a half from where I live, and it's beautiful. There's like 300 endemic species endemic to that ecosystem. Beautiful, beautiful. And I took my son up there when he was 3 months old. And so he currently holds the record of being the youngest tourist up there. Um, and it was this beautiful evening sunset. And I just like strapped him on me, had a sling, and we walked around. And I went past these trees. And anytime I love vines. I love vines because they are they are such an expression of the growth of an ecosystem, the growth of a forest. They work with what already exists, and they're very good at making things work. So we're walking past this. It was like you have a sharp drop on one side, and then you have the forest on the other side, and we were just walking past there, and I noticed this. I am still to find out. I'm still yet to find out what that plant is, but it has a very interesting flower that just like shoots up out of the main plant and into it. It's hard to describe, but it was like a bright orange red, and it's just this one thing shooting up like that. And so I'm staring at that, and I look to the side and I see this vine, and I'm following it up the tree, and the leaves keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger as I'm going up. And I follow it up and I follow it up, and this tree was so tall. Had I not stopped to like follow the vine, I wouldn't have seen it. And then just in that moment, my son, he was asleep in that moment. He just like sighed, this like and just like cuddled more into me. I was like, oh, it's beautiful moment. But yeah, that's one of my, it's the most recent one.
Oh my god, that's such a beautiful moment, and that it
It
like
was.
connected with your son. I don't know. It almost
Yeah.
felt like I don't know. Do you think he felt at home?
It's very possible. He's a very attuned boy, so I think he must have felt something. Because he still sighs every once well when he's frustrated or like deeply satisfied, he does this like, and it's a very particular sigh. So for him to have this like sighed in that moment in his sleep, I was like, oh, okay, something.
Oh, yeah, I see. I see. It's the forest.
Why do you
Yeah.
like the forest so much?
Oh, because I, I mean, partly because I love darkness. And a thriving forest is dark most times. It's dark and it's full of creatures and it's full of possibilities. And I love the darkness for the same reasons. It's full of creatures and possibilities. Sometimes creatures to be afraid of, but you know, um, but it just the part of it that is not rational is that it feels like home. It feels like home in a way that I can't explain. I joke and say to people, I think in my most recent past life or a very close parallel life, I am a tree. I am a plant or bunch, or I am a forest, who knows? But it feels like home. I feel the most like home. Excuse me. I feel the most at home in forests. It just, and I can't explain it. It's like everything suddenly is so insignificant. All of those things that I think are big and insurmountable. Suddenly, I look at this mighty tree that at some point will die, but it will have left seeds. And so it will continue to live on. And I see the different trees, the different plants, each one absolutely beautiful and so different from each other, and each of them so significant, so necessary for the existence of the other. And it feels like a way of being that we have totally disconnected ourselves from, and that is so necessary for the thrive of human beings, community. I see community in forests, and it's beautiful. It just makes my heart sing. I think I could be wrong, but um I think it starts with find find something that is natural. It could be, I mean, taking on another living creature can be a lot of responsibility. So maybe for some people, it's bringing a plant into their home, or bringing a dog or cat into their home, or whatever other animal. I like snakes, so but I don't know that I can bring one into my home without people thinking I'm a witch out here. So I will not do it yet. But but it's find that even for people who feel like they don't have an emotional connection, there will be something, one thing that they find they lean into even a little bit. Find that thing, spend time with it, spend time sharing space with the natural, you know? And that's again, and I at times find that I am conflicted with our language around nature, because a lot of the times it, it separates us from nature. But I haven't found a word yet that can refer to outside space, the plants and the animals that are not us. In I don't have one word yet, so we'll work with nature for now. Um, but go to a park, go to the lake, go to the river, go to the animal shelter, animal rescue spaces. Hang out with a dog, hang out with a cat, hang out with, like, go feed some pigeons. I don't know. Find something that it doesn't have to be joy. The emotion doesn't have to be joy, because that's the other thing that we imagine. It has to be. Some of my most powerful times in the forest have been pure rage. I just like grab onto a tree and just like go, because I'm like, there's there's emotions that I have that are not, that don't feel safe to release around people, you know? And we all have those sometimes, but in a forest, as long as you don't go in there with a saw or a machete and like chop things down, trees are actually very good at absorbing our emotions, good or bad. Just go sit under a tree, cry it out, cry it out, punch the tree. Maybe tell the tree you're going to punch it before you do. But he was like, so I'm going to punch it, it's going to be hard. But like, it, it does not have to be a good emotion. It does not have to be a smile, laughter, joy. It could be anger. If you find a tree that makes you angry looking at it, go spend time with that tree. Be with it, hang out with it, see what happens. You know, it's a see what happens of it. It's a curiosity of it. Yeah. Find the thing that triggers your emotion, good or bad, positive or negative, and go spend time with it.